how would you describe the difference between meditating in a group and meditating on your own?
There is inherently two differences. They are different at such an inherent level, but yet the same. So when it comes to meditating by yourself, my feeling and my belief on that is that that is my time for me to resolve what we call the aloneness, peace, and life. And for many people, most everybody, we tend to feel alone when there's not somebody right here, a boyfriend or girlfriend, mom, dad, a dog, a cat, something outside of us that we then have closer, we have relations with or exchanges with, so we can feel love. And it's a beautiful thing, not take anything away from that. But when you're looking at the meditation element, that spiritual practice of you meditating alone by yourself is your time to foster your connection with Creator in all that is. And that is such an amazing, beautiful, incredible piece to have in your lifetime, not to feel alone. Now that occurs because once you have solidified and felt and enjoyed and been in the signal of all that is, then you have that solidified piece of togetherness in yourself and connectedness with yourself, with your heart connected and your being connected. Now, one of the most important things to all of this, and again in my opinion, is to have your shoes off and get out in the grass, get out in the beach, get out on the earth, not on pavement, not on cement, but actually on the earth with no shoes. Because you are a battery. This body is a battery, and we are not receiving the level of energy coming through our systems to balance, heal, and harmonize this and connect us here unless we have these shoes off and we're on the earth. People call it grounding, but it's a general term. It's fantastic. Everybody knows that. Most people do. Beautiful to have a term for it. But the mechanics of what's happening is you are a battery. And unless a battery has a positive energy coming in from above and a negative, the earth, and they have points touching, energy does not flow through the vehicle or through the battery. Now, there's always this thing that I see with people when people ask me about spirituality and about life and about health, and I always sense in most people this little bit of disconnect. I mean, even if the person is like angelic and I can see and feel their huge spirit body and soul body to be this really powerful, ancient, amazing, even angelic people, if they are not grounding and getting their shoes off and connecting in this way, that's always that missing piece in them. So it's so important for you to have that experience in your life and your body, and you will feel completely different after 5 minutes, shoes off. Unlock your knees, turn on your core just slightly, and just feel. And just feel. And you'll feel everything relax and open, connect, flow through. You'll feel lighter, you'll feel less calm, and then after about 5 or 10 minutes of that, you'll actually start to feel a different effervescent type of energy literally coming through your body and your being, and you'll feel lighter. It's the most amazing thing to actually be conscious of and take notice of. Now, going into your own meditation practice, for me, I love being outside. I love having that environment, that energy base for me, because ultimately that is what you want to feel, because that is directly in connection and communication with all that is. Mother Earth, Father Sky, whatever beings people believe are up and around, and God and all that is, and Allah and Buddha, all these enlightened masters. This is the realm that eventually you or anybody will actually get to connect with, which makes up all that is, which makes up the air, which makes up the trees. But there's a certain feeling, my friends, that's really there and really associated with those things. And that is what you get to feel when you sit on the earth and you put your back against a tree, when you take off your shoes and close your eyes. Then you'll feel that. Once you have really inherently connected and felt that, there's no more alone. You will just feel fulfilled and connected. And then it's the most beautiful, glorious, amazing thing. Your meditations will take off, transcend, and get incredible done when you understand, you start to house this feeling. Now, there are some elements that go into increasing your ability to feel and to quiet this mind of yours. And that's could be a very long discussion, but very briefly, it is about keeping this vessel inside, the chemistry inside, detoxified and clear. So you have nothing interfering with the energies of the earth and through above you, the sky. And without anything interfering, now you think clear, you feel more, you have less anxiety, less nervousness, less anger, less rage, because as you detoxify your body, all the organ systems start to detoxify as well. In that process, you become clearer and more concise and more calm and more grounded with every moment. And that's a huge piece of being able to be successful in meditation, is to have a quiet mind. When you start to consider the amount of food toxicity and just eating out at a restaurant even, compared to eating at home, or having even a cup of coffee with creamer, anything you might put in your body, any even organic fruit or other element, I personally go through a cleansing process of using vinegar and grapefruit seed extract or hydrogen peroxide, food grade, to cleanse all the herbicides and pesticides off those before I consume them. Everything that goes through this mouth has gone through its own little, we'll say, clearing process, so nothing gets housed in here and throws this heart off or this mind off or my feeling base off. Now I can be more in control of me and of myself, and I can make the changes here, which then reverberate out to all of you and to the world. But the most concern is for here and in here. And getting back to the meditation, these types of thoughts and practices put into effect will actually give you the much more profound experience of being able to meditate more calmly, deeply, and powerfully every moment of your life. Now that's your own personal practice of meditation. The second part of this is the dynamic of doing it by yourself, or doing it in a large group, or even more than one person. And I always like to share that's likened to one battery is nowhere near as powerful as putting 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 batteries together. The same thing happens with the human body or human bodies. When you're in the same locale, there is actually this connection, almost like a Bluetooth connection between bodies that occur when people sit for a meditation, therefore making the whole practice so much more incredibly profound and connective. So from that fact, the group dynamic is incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. There's been meditation studies done where certain meditators will go to a city with a lot of violence and crime, and literally in days, that starts to calm down. Just getting chills even saying that. So understanding that that's what occurs when you have like-minded people who are really focused on the same element, which is clearing and connecting and doing good for the world. So yes, much more power can come in a group dynamic. And then back to the personality of your own self, getting you clear, getting you grounded, getting you connected, and growing that, the world is going to be lighter, my friends. Thank you.